Okay, so moving on to the chorus now, and I'll take you over the chords first off. First one, really nice, beautiful sounding chord. It's a G minor major 7 chord, but I'm holding down the G note right here, 3rd fret on the E, and then I've got the 2nd fret on the high E, and then the 3rd on the B string and the 3rd on the G string. And you're probably going to want to use your thumb for that. I suppose you could do it like this, but I favour the thumb a lot. Okay, and then you go to it's a D sus2 with an F sharp in the bass, so D, 2nd finger off, thumb round and clamp down on the 2, like that. And then, and then it's just an it's an E7 chord basically. I open E, and then 2nd fret on the D. You don't even play that note, so you don't have to hold it down, it just feels comfortable for me to do it. 1st fret on the G, 3rd fret on the B, and then high E, okay? That's an E7 chord. So the pattern remains the same as it did for the verse. So more or less, listen to the song and you can certainly hear some nuances in there. It goes like this. Sorry. This outro, which we'll look at too. So yeah, on this first chord, pattern as normal, and then all you do is take your 1st finger off and do the pattern as normal there, and then it goes back on, and if you can hear the melody underneath going so there's some tricky parts going on here, so I'm going to break it right down for you. Play the A, the E, 2 E strings together, do your tap, and then catch that high E again. Play the bass, G, and then down on the B, okay? And then lift your 1st finger off, do your tap, and then hammer the 2nd fret, high E, and then do your tap again. So I'll go from the beginning. Okay, so together, tap, and I forgot to mention you want to put your pinky down on the 3rd fret of the high E. I apologise. So I didn't think it sounded right. Okay. Tricky. And then we go to the D/F sharp. So if you can hear that in it. So that's the E and the B string together. Do your tap, catch the high E string, play the bass note, then put your 2nd finger on the 2nd fret of the high E, do your tap, and then open high E, bass, tap, B string. Okay, slowly. Once more. Okay, and then you can catch the B string, just continue the pattern. 2nd finger goes back on. So your melody here, all over the chord. If you can just hear that and get the pattern going without thinking about it too much, that's really the way to go. But I'll talk you through it. It's really hard explaining this because it's just so intricate. So the 2 E strings, do your tap, and then pinky goes on the 3rd fret, high E string, bass, and then pinky comes off, 2nd, tap. So take your 2nd finger off, play open high E with the bass, tap, and then 2 E strings, the high E strings open, play, hammer the second finger, tap. Okay, moving on, the E7, and it goes. Okay, so I'll talk you through it. A and the B, tap, high E, bass, second fret on the high E, tap, and then with the bass, the open E, tap, high E, bass, first fret on the G, and then tap. Okay, again. And then it keeps going. You're nearly there, by the way. I know this is really hard. Second finger goes onto the second fret of the high E. Play that with the bass. Tap, and you play that note again, the high E. Bass, first fret on the G. Tap, and then take your second fret off and play the 2 E's together, open. Tap, high E, bass, G string, tap. I know it's an absolute nightmare. So that E7 goes. Sorry. Now, if you're really struggling with this, of course, persist. You will get it in time. But if you are finding it really difficult, but you've got the pattern down, okay, then just do that pattern on top of the chords, and then start adding in some of those more melodic notes. I'm sure that when John Mayer plays it, he probably mixes things up all the time, and virtually every time you watch people play this, they play it slightly differently. So don't be afraid to do that if you're finding it a little bit, just that bit too hard. Okay, so coming out of that, you go, and then back to your main riff. Okay, so this is the end of the chorus, and it's all kind of based around an A7 chord, and on the G string it descends from the perfect fourth down to the second of the chord, or the ninth of the chord. So what you want to do is clamp down on this A note, the 5th fret on the E string with your thumb, and then bar across the 5 on the D, G and the B, that's your chord, and then bring your 3rd finger along and play the 7th fret of the G string, okay? Okay. And then what happens is this G string descends down chromatically to the 4th fret. So there's your first chord. Then move this one down to an A7, and then take this second finger off entirely. Okay, so you're playing just the 5s. And then for the last one, the E string and the D string are the same. Then you want to play the 4th fret on the G string, and then what I do is I leave the B just completely open. So you got 5, 5, 4, and then open B. Okay, so they're the chords, and you work your way through. Okay, so the pattern: play the E and the B together. And then when you do the tap, you want to get the down pick on the open D string. Okay? And then up on the B, pick the bass note, and then the D, pick up, and then tap down, and this time you're going to tap and play the G string. So you get, alright? And then just move it through all the chords, and you got it. Straight back to the main riff.